So this is a SCHRADE Viper. Do not sleep on these if you come across one. I've been very surprised at how good this knife is. We have a few $100 Microtech knife back here just for comparison, and I'm going to tell you right now, this knife actually surpasses this blade here and there. So that's pretty impressive considering I think these things are priced at like 50-60 bucks, and because of Black Friday I saw some of them on sale for 25 bucks, and I was smart enough to grab up a few of them, and I am thankful that I did that. In fact, I wish I would have got a couple more. They're just that good. So you should still be able to find these marked down. So let's actually look at this blade here. Watch out, kitty. I'm sorry, you guys to get out of here. Just like the Microtech knife, this is a spring-loaded OTF knife. So the blade is going to come out of the front. Tells you right here, caution, blade ejects that way. We got this little arrow here. This knife, damn, it's dry down here. This knife comes with a safety. And again, I did carry this knife around for, I don't know, 5-6 days now, and I've used it every chance that I got. So we'll drop the safety down. We have our red dot. It's good to go. All we have to do is press on this lever, and a spring takes over, and she pops out right there. There's that nice blade. Okay, it is a stiletto type blade. I think that's pretty cool because not only, I mean, you have two sides of the blade in case something happens to one side of it. You have the other one as well. I like the stiletto type blades also for knife fighting. If you have to fight with a blade, this takes turning your wrist out of the equation. Typically, most blade fighting videos will tell you to slash with the blade, turn the wrist, and slash with the blade, turn the wrist, slash with the blade. Well, turning the wrist costs you some time. So it's nice to be able to just whip your blade back and forth without having to worry about that because you have the same blade profile on each side. So pretty cool. Right here on the back we have our patent pending 4034 steel. Personally, for me, the actual steel isn't as important as the prep process, the manufacturing process, the heating, the heat treat. That's really what's going to give you a good blade that holds up. So I haven't had any issues with this. I've used this knife. I've checked the blade. I don't see any issues with it at all whatsoever. So moving beyond the awesome blade, we do have multiple safety systems here. So to close this knife, there is this tab right here. We have to push this tab, right? The blade then becomes loose and we just pull it back where it clicks, right? And then obviously we have that safety, so this can't just open in your pocket because this spring has some heft to it. That'd probably cut you pretty bad. So I did mention that this competes with a Microtech knife. Long story short, does it compete with the Microtech knife? Yes. It actually beats this knife in a way or another. Will I replace this Microtech knife with this? No, it's really close. This is a knife, this Microtech is a knife that I would use in an emergency because I pull the knife out and boom, in and out, right? This knife is going to take more than that to open. So no matter what I do, close this knife up, right? No matter what I do, it's not going to open as fast as this Microtech, and that's what this knife's for. It's for an emergency. If I'm getting attacked, some bad shit's happening, I'm getting grappled, I can pull this knife and the blade instantly comes out. I don't have to waste any time opening the blade. This one is harder to get the blade out of. First of all, you know that safety's there, so you got to find the safety, disengage the safety, and then because of where this lever is all the way back here, it does make it a little more difficult, a little bit more time consuming to position your hand the right way so you can get your thumb all the way back there, right? With the Microtech, your activation lever switch is way up here. That's just the natural position that you are going to grip this blade. Your thumb's going to go there. It's going to be there. So this will always come out faster, and that is why this stays on my gun belt, my plate carrier, wherever, right? But this, I do have to say, is pretty damn awesome. And if you think about the price difference, it's ridiculous, right? These Microtechs are anywhere from like, I don't know, $300 to $500 if you get some of the special edition ones. And they can be finicky, they can be sensitive. That's what I'm talking about. You can gunk one of these knives up. If anything gets in there, because of the way that the lever system is set up, it's not going to want to open all the way. What is cool about the Microtech, even if it doesn't open all the way, you can just flick with your wrist and the knife locks out all the way. So that's still faster than undoing a safety and then having to get your thumb all the way back here. And the reason I say that is because I've actually almost dropped this knife a couple of times just getting my thumb back here trying to actuate this thing. So had they have like made a different lever here that came up a little bit further so it wouldn't be that hard to reach all the way back here, I think this thing would be a lot easier to actuate, right? But the price difference, and by the way, that's not the only reason that I'm saying that this knife right here, you know, competes and actually beats this other knife. Let me just show you where this knife really shines. The lockup. We look at my Microtech knife, as awesome as that is, I put this blade down, like I can feel a little bit of a wiggle there. It's not enough to be a problem by any means, and I think it's just the lockup. It's just how this knife is made internally. You get a cooler switch, but the lockup's not perfect. I mean, I can feel it. It wiggles probably like a thin paper's width. This thing, excuse me, Meeshers, my little psycho cat, thank you. This thing is absolutely rock solid. It does not move back and forth at all. Okay, thank you, kitty. It's solid. The lockup in this is solid. Whatever track this thing is sitting in, they have this worked out really well. This thing, you know what? You know what? You're getting locked out. There. No, I ain't gonna feel bad for you, Meeshers. Tries to take over every one of my videos. She's gonna break in here in like a couple of seconds and get right back to her bullshit. Yeah, this blade, that thing is in there solid. And again, this isn't brand new. I've been carrying this, I've been using this. So I figure if we would have had an issue with how that blade sits in there, I would have had a wiggle by now because I've been using this thing. I've been cutting a lot with it. And yeah, the blade itself is great. Super sharp point. I'm scared to even, you know, touch the blade on this. Definitely razor sharp. All of that plus the price difference. This is definitely going to be the knife that I actually carry in my pocket. Because if something happens, I lose this knife or I break it, cool, I can just pull another one out for the $25 that I paid for it, as opposed to a $300 Microtech knife. So yeah, definitely have a place for these, and check them out. You should still be able to find these at a good price. This is a, where'd that paper go? They're called the SCHRADE Viper. This is the 3rd generation of them. So SCHRADE Viper Gen 3. Do not sleep on these. They're definitely a steal, even at full price. I'll go ahead and just say that. If something happened to all my blades right now, I would probably pick one of these up at full price. These are worth $60 all day, or $50 or whatever it is. And just because it's this time of the year and you could maybe actually find one of these for 25 bucks, Yo, get 2 of them if you can, is what I'm saying. So yeah, like, sub, leave a comment, let me know if I missed anything. Let's get our safety back on there, and have an awesome day. I will see you on the next one.